This is a special edition of WeatherScope with the latest winter storm update.
Well, the blizzard of 1996 is winding down in the mid-Atlantic states, so cities like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Richmond can breathe easier, but it's still blowing pretty hard in the northeastern United States. New York City still very cold and windy. Snow has let up. It's not coming down like what it was, but it's still a real mess across most of southern New England and interior southeastern New York State. Let's take you to the history of our storm and show you the swath of snow that blanketed the ground from Missouri to Kentucky, and then right up through the Appalachians and into the northeastern United States. Where you see the wide areas, we've had over a foot of snowfall, but in the purple areas, we have seen over 2 feet of snow. We've had reports of 1 to 2 feet of snow from southern Indiana into the mountains of West Virginia, where we had reports of up to 37 inches of snow, powder snow at snowshoes, so the skiing is just great. Now in the big cities, we did find very heavy snows, incredible snows in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New York, and Providence, Connecticut, and Providence, Rhode Island, and now in Boston, Mass. The snows continue to pile up slowly but surely. It's snowing at the rate of 1 to 2 inches an hour in through the southern New England states. As we take a look at the record snowfall, yesterday the snow was coming down at the rate 2, 3, 4 inches an hour, and just an incredible 29.5 inches in Philadelphia. Record 24-hour snows there. Roanoke, Lynchburg, Cincinnati. And we did have some record snows too, I do believe, around Newark in New Jersey. And of course at the airports with all types of snow and wind, just some terrible conditions, and all these airports are closed, and a lot of them are saying just forget about it for today, and they'll be evaluating at 6 p.m. tonight. So we certainly do advise you check with your favorite airline and see the status of your flight. Now let's go to the Capitol Plaza there. We're going to go right out to the nation's capital, and I can see Jeff Morrow there clearly today, and Jeff has a big smile on his face, so that gives us a clue that the storm must be winding down. Jeff?
You're exactly right, Mark. The storm has pretty much wound down, except for the wind and the cold air that's being brought in on those strong west and northwesterly winds. So the wind chill factor is still a bit of a problem here today, and we're going to have more blowing and drifting, which is going to cause some problems with some of the roadways, particularly ones that have not been plowed, or even the ones that have been plowed are probably going to drift back shut. So they're going to have a bit of a problem keeping those roads open. Speaking of open, nothing is open here basically in the nation's capital. We have all the government shut down, federal and the city government shut down, all the schools are closed, and as you mentioned, the airport shut down too. So kind of a city on hold at the present time because of Mother Nature.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff, and we'll be hearing from Jeff throughout the day. We'll also hear from Jill Brown in New York City. That snow's moved away from D.C., but now it's slid all the way down into Norfolk and northeast North Carolina, where it's getting a little bit slick. Let's show you the storm with our satellite picture, and as we show you that visible picture, you can see a nice swirl here off to the south of New England. That is the center of our low, and I'll tell you this, it's just kind of creeping and crawling off to the east here, and the moisture is just pouring in to southern New England and headed south down the Atlantic coast here. As we show you our surface map, you can see the low, well defined there, the big red L, and that continues to move right along the direction of that purple line there. Circulation quite strong around the storm, isobars tightly packed. Winds have been gusting, say, 35 to about 50 miles an hour, so a lot of blowing and drifting of the snow. As we show you the radar, look at the snow. It's all the way from Boston through New York City, Philly again. It's ended, though, in D.C., where Jeff is, and it's coming right down into northeast North Carolina. Heaviest of the snows, though, coming up through the New England states. This band right over here in western Mass to south of Albany there, it's just about stationary, snowing at the rate of 1 to 2 inches an hour, and we'll probably wind up 1 to 2 feet of snow in through here, and it's blowing and snowing pretty hard just outside of Boston. And this is all snow down here in the Cape as the winds are coming in out of the north. Around New York City, there was a little break. Now that break is gone. There you can see the snow. Philadelphia, last gasp of snow. D.C., the snow is moving out. Everything here sliding off to the southeast. So this is the backlash snow, but with a lot of wind, there'll be a lot of blowing of this very light snow, and accumulations will be minor. Here's the North Carolina line here, and there's Norfolk. And this is all snow, and it's all sliding southeast, and we've had reports about 1 to about 2 inches of snow through here already, so it'll be very slick if you're traveling Richmond down towards Norfolk today. So that is the scene with the radars. Snowfall keeps